Being in a relationship is kind of like going on a really long road trip. It's fun, it's exciting. You get to learn a lot about each other along the way. And another thing it can be is exhausting. And it's usually when you're tired that you make the most mistakes. All right, hopefully that did not happen. Hopefully you didn't crash and burn your relationship, and you're watching this video because you need to understand how to avoid doing that. But maybe you feel like you're on the way to crashing and burning your relationship. Maybe you feel like you have dozed off a little bit while driving the relationship, while leading the relationship. Maybe you have felt that way. And one good way to know that it's a possibility that you've fallen asleep at the wheel a couple times in your relationship is you're getting questions. She's questioning your leadership. So she no longer has confidence in your ability to lead the relationship. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you can get her to trust you again to lead the relationship, and how you can get her to be confident in you again. You know, get her to see you as the confident guy that you and I both know you are. I got 4 suggestions for you, and actually make it 5. The first one is what you shouldn't do. What you should not do is you should never try to take back control by force, because taking control by force in a relationship or in general, that's tyranny, and I don't promote that. Don't try to force your opinions. Don't try to force plans. You don't want to just start trying to take back responsibilities by force. That's not a good look, not on anybody. So, and she's not going to respect that. It's not going to get you respect in the end, and that's what you want. So I would suggest you try these 4 things in this order. You're going to want to show some appreciation. Who doesn't want to be appreciated, especially if they're taking on responsibilities that they might feel like you were supposed to do? Like if she's taking out the trash all the time and she's bugging you to take the trash out, and she's been doing it, at least give the woman a thank you. Get her some flowers or something. Do something nice. So show some appreciation. That's what I'm saying. The next thing, number 2, what you could do, act humble. This is one of those weird words. Like, this isn't grovel at her feet and ask for forgiveness, for not taking care of business or whatever. This is just literally being humble. So she's been taking the lead. She's been driving a little bit. And at this point, you're just going to acknowledge that. And you're just going to be like, hey, I know that you've been expecting more from me, and you're probably really frustrated with me, but I want to let you know something. I am trying. Okay, so number 3 is leading by example. What that looks like is modeling what it looks like to her when you decide, or when she decides to give the ability back to you to lead the relationship. So you're gonna model that by like supporting her, asking questions, watching, observing, taking note of what the responsibilities are, and really supporting her goal, her mission, whatever that is, so that you can eventually take on those responsibilities. And that kind of goes right into the 4th and final suggestion that I have for you to get that respect back and get the confidence back in you leading the relationship. You're gonna learn how to drive again. Yeah, because we're gonna go full circle with this analogy. You're gonna learn how to drive again. And the way that you do that is by slowly taking on those responsibilities. So when you're modeling in the last suggestion, where you're going to model what it looks like to support the person who's in the lead, now you're going to take on more and more responsibility as you continue to learn it. You're going to get more involved in your relationship. You're going to get more involved with your kids. You're going to get more involved with the finances. You're just going to get your hands into everything. And you know what this is going to do? This is going to give her the confidence back as you start to ask questions, as you start to innovate, as you start to realize processes that can be made better in your relationship, things that can be made better. She's going to slowly give you back that control. And it's way more comfortable to live a life where someone is taking care of your needs than it is to be doing all these things yourself. And you see this in a lot of relationships where women will take on this responsibility, but over time they'll start to complain. They'll complain amongst themselves and amongst their friends and their peers. And they'll say like, my husband, my boyfriend doesn't do X, Y, Z. I don't want to become his mother. All right. So they're actually going to be proud to be with a man that they can walk beside, that is taking care of his business. They will not have a problem with you doing it as long as it's controlled, as long as it's strategic, as long as you know what you're talking about and you know the plan and you're leading the relationship. You can slowly get back those responsibilities. Eventually she won't want to drive anymore. She'll feel like driving is tiring and exhausting, and she'll be happy to see you sit down and get behind the wheel once again. She'll be happy to get her man back and finally be able to just simply enjoy the ride.